You have to stay level to your man right here, okay? If Chris Paul comes off the screen, then you hedge it or switch it or whatever you're doing. But Chris Paul hasn't come off the screen, yet you're defending it like he has. So now your man's just going to slip this screen and be wide open, and you know what happens next. Okay, if you're this Grizzlies player here, if you're going under the screen, you got to go under. You cannot wrestle with the screener at all. Look at this Grizzlies player. See him wrestling right there? So now Chris Paul's on the other side of the screen while you're on the opposite side. So now that sends 2 players to the ball and leaves Ayton open for a jumper. There is nothing to gamble for here. You should be already up here anyways. You can stunt at DeAndre Ayton, but you cannot gamble. You got to stay with your man. Look at this player gambling right there. So now you just forces a second defender because your man's in the lane. The defense is scrambling. Bridges open 3. Never let DeAndre Ayton just chill on the block here. You got to be battling for real estate and initiating contact right now. See, look when you don't do that. Look what happens now. Now look who's got inside position. It's DeAndre Ayton. So now it's just a little pass over the top and an easy 2. God, if you're this Grizzlies defender right here, you got to stay underneath right here, okay? You're giving this player the angle to get right into the lane. I mean, what are you doing? Look where he catches this, in the paint. It's too low. If you're playing the gaps here, your feet have got to be stationary. If your feet take you inward like this, look at that player's feet. You have no chance of getting back out. Talk in transition. This player needs to say, I've got Landale. This player's got to say he's got the ball. So this player knows to go here. This is what not communicating in transition looks like. This is why I'm always hedging. So Steven Adams gets up and you're cutting Chris Paul's dribble off right now. Now the backside defender can step up, and if a skip pass is made here, easy recovery. The problem with when you run drop coverage is look at how Chris Paul gets to keep his dribble alive. And now this player has to stay longer and move way more in. So now you're not going to be allowed to get out to Damian Lee. So it's rip and go right into the lane, draw help, which screws up box out assignments easy too. If you are running drop coverage on a pick and pop, there's got to be some rotations going on, okay? So Steven Adams is never getting back out here. So this player's got to get up the line, and he rotates here, and Steven Adams immediately goes here. But you don't do that. This is a horrible gamble by Ja Morant, of course, but again, why am I putting him in position to have to gamble? Why can't Steven Adams get up? The lane is clogged. There's no place for DeAndre Ayton to go. Yet you're just giving this guard the lane, and now the Suns have number. What a joke. Then on this inbound pass, it'd be really nice if one of these 2 things happened, if Ja Morant just came to the ball to get it, or Steven Adams actually was paying attention to where Suns defenders were, okay, on this inbounds pass, neither of which happened. This is a totally pointless double team by this Grizzlies player right here. This player is underneath this handoff just fine. Why are you, look at this, why are you doubling? So now, Jesus. Why are you giving up 2-on-1s? Again, up, no place to roll to, backside help. Instead, let's give up look at this is a 2-on-1. Why are you just willingly giving that up? Okay, if you're this Grizzlies player, you have to stop the ball. You have to trust that these trailers here are going to be able to take these Suns players. I mean, you can't just get back to what you're getting back to nowhere. The Grizzlies switch this ball screen, all right? If you are Steven Adams and can't guard on the perimeter, then you need to get up and you need to cut the court this way. If I'm forced this, there's nothing but traffic if I force this Suns player this way. Playing off is not it. What is it with the Grizzlies and giving up 2-on-1s? This ball screen is set at half court. Just go under, please. Just go under. There's nothing to worry about. Chris Paul's not shooting a 3 from here. Why are you in this let's give up 2-on-1s thing? Hey, this ball screen is set too low to be going under. You need to hedge. Again, there is no place for DeAndre Ayton to roll to. None. Yet you're going under a ball screen at the 3-point line with Chris Paul. What is happening here? The Grizzlies switch this screen here, okay? So switch it. What is Desmond Bane doing? What just happened there? You cannot go under a ball screen when there's this much space to go over, okay? You just can't. Look at how far under you are going. Like, are you kidding me with that? Okay, so this player is guarding this man in the corner. So guard the man in the corner. There's a cross screen being set here that the Grizzlies switch. This player has nothing to do with that screen. These are the two Grizzlies that switch. Yet look what happens here. We got two people switching onto Ayton. So of course, that is awful. Okay, this is what happens when you have a lack of attention to detail and you don't communicate. I mean, right here, Ja Morant is clearly planning on switching onto DeAndre Ayton, so Brandon Clark needs to get up here and switch. There's no communication. There's no attention to detail, so nobody switches onto the ball handler. What is Ja Morant doing in transition? You have to get to... You're just getting to aimlessly the middle of nowhere. Get to a body. What? Okay, you have to defend this ball screen. I mean, are you switching? Are you hedging? Are you doing stupid drop coverage? Something. You do nothing. This is a total train wreck. What is Brandon Clark doing? The shot goes up. You are not... Just box out, please. Why are you staring at the shot? So, of course, your man gets an easy offensive rebound. If we can't guard one-on-one, let's cut the court this way, okay? So now remember, this player's right foot can be parallel to the block. That's as far in as he can be with his left foot out wide stance. Now I'm up and I'm forcing this player this way. There's no place to go. I can stunt without having to move my feet and easily recover. But, I mean, you know, you can't guard. I don't know. Same exact thing, only it's a much more obvious mismatch. It's Steven Adams guarding on the perimeter. So again, we're cutting the court this way, all right? Now it's very important that this player's left foot is parallel to the block right here. Right foot out, wide stance. And Steven Adams is going to force this player right into help. And now I don't have to, I just stunt. I don't have to move my feet. Stunt, recover. But, I mean, you're letting Steven Adams go on an island on the perimeter. Okay, number one, you cannot guard above the three-point line away from the ball, and your back can't be to the sideline. So you're 0 for 2 there. Get underneath the three-point line back to the baseline. Now Steven Adams can force this player right into help right here, right? And then you can just stunt and easily recover. But again, you're getting beat away from help. So now that draws a double. The defense is in scramble mode. Lights out. Hey, Ja Morant, it is stunt and recover, not stunt and gamble. Look at Ja Morant. First of all, he gambles there, then he gambles there. I mean, it's a disaster. When you switch this ball screen right here, you have to get underneath immediately of the Suns' big. Battle for real estate, initiate contact. Watch that Grizzlies player. He does nothing, so it doesn't even matter that this layup's about to get missed because, of course, Biyombo's right there. Your feet have to be stationary away from the ball. They cannot be going inward. Watch this Grizzlies player. See how his feet are going inward? Now you have no chance of getting back outward. Again, away from the ball. Your feet cannot be taking you away from the man you're guarding. They've got to be stationary. Look at that Grizzlies player. Look at his feet going inward. Now you don't have a chance of getting outward.